I want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Are you familiar with the Eliakim typology argument for the papacy? If so, how do you refute it? Now, for those of you watching today are going, the what, huh? Well, there is a priestly typology in the Old Testament, the Eliakimians. They were these priests that ruled and reigned, and I won't get into all that stuff. But here's the reality of it, is the modern day Roman Catholic papacy, they allude to, you can go to some Catholic apologetic websites, they go back to this priesthood of the Old Testament and claim that is a biblical heritage, a support, a typology for what you and I know is not only a spiritual aspect, but in the papacy, a very physical, almost governmental, autocratic ruling, so to speak. Well, how do I, number one, I don't subscribe to that typology as being appropriate for. How do I quote unquote refute it? Well, again, what we have here, and I'm just going to keep this surface level because it's the YouTube channel. One of the biggest struggles that I have with what we call Roman Catholicism today is that it essentially has just Christianized Old Testament Judaism. It has taken the same positions of priests and etc., the same structures, and basically just quote unquote Christianized it, when we see over and over that Jesus was the fulfillment of the law. The book of Galatians, it was a schoolmaster to get us away from it. In other words, we, through Christ, through the empty tomb, were to be set free from the legalism and the bondage of the law because it was to show us our need for freedom. And yet the papacy, all it does is try to throw us, quote unquote, back into it. So my biggest, refute against that specific typology is, again, it was a specific priesthood under what we know as Judaism, temple worship, etc. It has no place in what we know as the New Testament church. And in a typology setting, any typology of the Old Testament that would involve a priest, the law, governing, ruling, keys to the kingdom would have been fulfilled in Christ and never translated to the New Testament church. Great question. If you have one, send to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.